Hi, welcome to a new video. So today I want to talk about something that I have come to realize and that I noticed not a lot of people are talking about, so I wanted to. We were never ever meant to be this available, like ever. So I was talking to a friend of mine like a few days ago, and we were just like talking about life and like just like everything basically that happened in, I don't know, the last few years really. And I've come to realize while talking to this friend about, just like life and like I said, about stuff that happened in the past, how I used to be with this guy and he expected me to be available nonstop for him. And it actually got to a point where if I didn't reply for 5 minutes, not exaggerating, then I would get a rest in peace message or a wow message, or I would get a silent treatment, or he would call me, and if I or didn't pick up the phone, again, silent treatment, again, RIP, wow, anything like that. Or if I did pick up the phone, I would get a question like, why didn't you reply? Why didn't you answer? Like, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. And it wasn't as if I was doing anything wrong. I have never ever given anyone that I've been with any reasons not to trust me. I have never cheated, never betrayed them whatsoever. So those reactions came out of nowhere for me, and it was like really, really weird. And like, it wasn't even that I didn't want to reply to him. It was just like generally at that moment, I was actually like, I don't know, busy with something else whatsoever. That I wanted to finish up first before replying to him, but then I had to reply to him immediately or I will get a phone call. And so basically, I would have to drop everything. Sometimes it would be even after 2 minutes after I got a text message from him. But then other days, it could be easily be 30 minutes. Or sometimes, if I was lucky, like an hour or whatsoever. And like, it would be like really like inconsistent, which was really weird for me. But still, there was like this expectation that I had to be available all of the time. And now I'm like surrounding myself with people who are not like that at all, who are understanding if that I don't reply within a few minutes or sometimes even the same day. And they're totally fine with it. They understand it. They respect it, and like they don't even like have those expectations. And for me, coming out of that whole thing, it was really weird because then when someone would text me, I would get really, really anxious and like have to drop everything, reply to them immediately. So then sometimes, like, I'm a vet tech, I'm a mental coach. As a vet tech, I work in an urgent and referral clinic right now. Before this job where I work right now, I used to work as a vet tech in a just general clinic. And I would also have surgeries and all of that. I still do, and I would make crazy hours. So sometimes, eventually, I couldn't reply to them immediately. For example, if I was in surgery, and I would feel so bad, I would get so stressed because if that would happen with the guy, again, I would get either silent treatment, I would get a recipes, I would get a wow whatsoever. He would be really annoyed with me, and I'm a person who avoids conflict. So that was like, like I got really anxious because of that. And so after him, when that happened with friends of mine, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I was like in surgery. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Literally, all of them were like, don't worry, like don't stress about it. Like, why are you stressing? Like, you don't have to reply immediately or whatsoever. You don't even have to reply the same day. That's actually my mindset as well. That has always been my mindset until I met that guy. And that was like really for me, like looking back to that moment and then comparing it to the peace I feel right now for not having to reply within minutes or even the same day. It's just like made me realize how much healthier it is and how unhealthy it is to have expectations of being available all of the time or for someone else to be available all of the time. Like, that is not healthy. And yeah, I don't know if I make this a big thing or not. Like, it not being healthy to be available all the time. But I generally feel like that. Like I remember before social media, I used to have this like flip phone, and you have to, like, if you wanted to text someone, you have to pay for it. So at that moment, like, you didn't really like text a lot. Like if you wanted to talk to someone, you would talk to them in real life. You would wait till the next day to talk to them. Or if it would be like, an emergency or like urgent or whatsoever, then you would text them. And I don't know, sometimes I wish we could go back to those moments because it was so much healthier. And I also genuinely feel like because we now have those expectations, or someone else is putting those expectations on us, I genuinely feel like that is one of the reasons why nowadays so many people are so overwhelmed, burned out, sorry, but suck at relationships and friendships, because a lot of people link replying fast to caring a lot, or replying fast to having a solid relationship or friendship. That's not the case at all. Like, at all. My best friends, I don't speak to them every single day, and I don't want to because we both have our own lives. We have space that we need that is healthy for you. And it also makes me wonder, like, do you really want someone to be anxious to text you back, or do you want someone to want to text you back? And yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said, feel like not a lot of people are talking about this. Well, maybe we should. And another thing that I've noticed about this whole being available for other people all the time, um, what I've noticed is that a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, the people who expect you to be available for them all the time are basically the ones who cannot sit with themselves, who are not comfortable with being by themselves, with their own thoughts, with their own feelings, with sitting with the pain, for example. Like, and it is something that for me, I've always been good at. Like, I go on solo travel. I don't need to talk to people to fill in any some sort of emptiness because I don't feel that. And I noticed that a lot of those people who do expect like people to be available for them, they in general don't really feel comfortable with being by themselves, like just by themselves, or to sit with the pain, or to sit with the feelings, their emotions, their thoughts, or anything like that. Like they need someone else to feel in the emptiness that they are feeling at the moment. And that's also why I feel like it's not healthy. It's not healthy, and you will feel that it's not healthy. And it has nothing to do with the other person not caring about you. So, for example, because he expected me nonstop to be there for him all the time, like being available for him all the time, I thought that was the new normal. And I thought that now means that you care about someone, to be available nonstop. It was actually quite the opposite. But because I was made basically to believe that, I started to kind of like have those expectations as well. Because it was like, okay, so that means, so for him, it apparently means that I care about him if I reply fast and like within 2 minutes, if I be available for him all the time. So for me, it was like, okay, so that would mean that he would have to reply to me as well in order to care about me. And it was just like weird because it didn't feel real. It didn't feel like reality for me because I've never been that way. And it also didn't feel healthy at all. Um, but I thought it was the new normal. Like it was really, really weird, like crazy. But anyway, I just feel like it's quite the opposite. If you talk to someone, whether this is on a romantic level, friendship level, acquaintances, whatsoever, you expecting them to be available for you all of the time, non-stop, is you not caring about them, but only about yourself. Because if you would like genuinely care about the other person, you would not want them to be anxious to reply to you, or to text you when they don't want to text you, or when they don't have the energy to text you at that moment. And like you would generally want them to just take the time that they need and to text you when they have the energy, have the time, when they just want to. And now that I've come to realize that, I like notice in my now relationships, friendships, whatsoever, notice like who respects me on that level and who just doesn't. And that doesn't mean the end of the relationship or friendship. I just like really need to set my boundaries with them. Because it's a them issue. It's not a you problem. It's a them problem, and it's something that they have to face for themselves. Like that they have to work on themselves to be able to sit with that emptiness or whatsoever, or to just if, for example, they experience something in the past and that makes them anxious when you don't reply immediately, that's not your responsibility to fix. It's theirs. They have to work through that, and they have to learn that just because you don't reply within 5 minutes, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you don't care about them, or that you have forgotten about them, or that you don't like them, or anything for that matter. It just literally means that they are living their life, probably working, maybe working out, spending time with friends, spending time with family, just recharging, being by themselves, reading a book, whatsoever. Like it could literally be anything. It doesn't have to mean anything deep or serious or whatsoever. And something that I also realize is, or see around me or on the internet, is that it seems that people confuse quantity and quality. Like it seems to me like a lot of people believe that if you text someone a lot, that means you have a good relationship or friendship with them. And if you text someone a lot, it means that you care about them, or that they care about you, or that they are excited to talk to you, or anything like that. Um, or that it is a solid relationship or a solid friendship, whatever. And I genuinely believe the opposite. I believe that if, like, it could be, that sometimes you talk to someone every single day and then there's like a solid friendship or solid relationship, whatever. Like, Jenny, me and my best friend, we talk to each other a lot, and we are always excited when we talk to each other over something that we're both excited about, whatever. But we also have moments where we just don't talk for like a week or whatsoever, and then that's also totally fine, and it doesn't say anything about friendship. And I feel like a lot of people confuse that. And I feel like for me personally, I would rather have someone talk to me because they want to talk to me, and not because they feel like they have to, or because of out of habit. And sometimes people, like every single person on this planet, need time to recharge. And of course, like for everyone that looks different, but everyone needs it. And yeah, I feel like quality for me is more important. But also, if you look at like really stable, solid relationships, friendships, whatsoever, however that looks like, it's when the two people involved, or multiple people, are more focused about the quality of the relationship, the friendship, the bond. Let's call it that way. um, Instead of the quantity. And yeah, I feel like of course it doesn't need to go to a disrespectful level. But then also, if it does go that way, then that says a lot about the friendship, relationship, either way. And then that also wouldn't matter if you would talk to each other every single day or not. I feel like it's better to not talk to someone every single day, but then when you do talk, that it is fun, it's exciting, it has a lot of meaning, or it's just the conversation is of good quality, or something like that, or whatever. Like it's two people wanting to talk to each other because they think about each other, because they genuinely want to, or because they are excited. I would rather have that over talk to someone every single day because I have to, or because they have to, and or because it's a habit, and without there being excitement or it being fun or whatsoever. And like, of course, you will like have conversations. For example, when you're in a relationship, especially long distance, where not every conversation is always like, oh my god, it's so exciting. But there is some sort of quality to the conversations. And that usually is when there's no expectations, when they're still okay for the other person not to reply within 5 minutes or within half an hour, or that they have to reply the same day or anything like that. And like I said, I do feel like a lot of people confuse the two, the quantity and the quality. And people think that talking to someone every single day means more than having a good quality conversation with someone. Yeah, and I also feel like having good conversation with someone like of quality instead of quantity, it makes people wanting to talk to you more, or to just like be more excited to talk to you, because you know that it is of a good quality, like it is meaningful, it is purposeful, it is fun, it's exciting, it's, like it just adds to your life, instead of that it becomes like a ritual that you just do because it's a habit or because it's expected, one way or another. And yeah, I don't know, like I said, I do feel like a good friendship or relationship is all about quality and not about quantity. And yeah, like I said, I do feel like that would be better or more obvious if we would drop the expectations, and then it would already make like such a big difference. But yeah, I don't know, like it's hard. Like nowadays, like I said, like I see so many people on social media say, oh yeah, if he doesn't reply to me or if she doesn't reply to me uh on the same day, then it's done. Like then I don't want that or whatsoever, because how can you be on social media or on Instagram or on TikTok and not reply to me?
What?
Like people are not obligated to reply to you. Just because you want to talk to them doesn't mean that they want to at that moment or in that day, like, or that they even have the time. Like I said, for me, as a vet tech right now in the urgent and referral clinic, I work crazy hours. I work midnights, I work early mornings, I work whole days, I work weekends, name it, I work it. So for me to, come out of surgery and then having to talk to someone, it's not exciting for me. Like, I need, when I come home, need my time to just wind down, scroll on Instagram, scroll on TikTok, and you will not see me replying to a message. Like, no, I'm sorry, I just don't at that moment have the energy for it. And if I talk to someone, I want to be able to talk to that person with energy. Like, that's just like the person that I am. Like, I want to bring my, like, give you my energy and not reply to you with half-ass energy or no energy at all. And yeah, I would like reply to you the next day or maybe sometimes a few days later. Um, if that would mean that I would have like more energy to talk to you or more excitement to talk to you, and then you will see the conversations will be so much better, and therefore the relationships, friendships, whatever. Again, there's nothing wrong with talking to someone every single day, as long as it's not an expectation. And I do feel like that is the whole thing about being available nonstop. That is not healthy, because then you will create those expectations as well, or someone has already put those expectations on you. That's not healthy. It's not. And yeah, even though like, I don't, like I said, I don't have no idea if I make this a bigger thing or not. Nonetheless, I noticed that I feel so much better and so much more calm and like at peace while having people around me right now and like in my life who don't pressure me into replying or into picking up the phone when they want to talk to me. Like, yeah, I don't know. Again, looking back at those moments where I had this person in my life who expected me to be available all the time while not reciprocating it. Um, I don't know. It's just I don't know, like I said, like it brings more calmness, less anxiety, less overthinking even. Because they expected me to be available all the time, I kind of got into the same cycle where I was like, okay, wait, so I have to be available for them all the time, so that is the new normal. So should I expect that from the other person as well? And then I started to, because that's how they were. And I don't know, in my head it was like, okay, well, apparently this is the new normal then. So if I have to be available for you all the time, then yeah, I don't know, it just became into this cycle where I started to expect the other person to be available as well when I texted them. And I've never been like that. Like I've always like said to people, for example, if I would text someone and they will reply like a few days later and they would be like, oh my god, sorry, missed your message, or didn't have the energy, was so busy, whatsoever. I don't know. I would always say, and I do now still, um, no worries, take your time. You don't have to respond even. Like in the first place, you don't have to respond, but also you don't have to respond immediately, like at all. You don't even have to respond the same day or the same week. Like I genuinely don't care. Like, and I feel like that's because I don't think it's healthy to be available all of the time and non-stop. And like again, before social media, we used cell phones for emergencies, or for example to let your mom know where you are when you're playing outside. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it was like how it is now, and I do feel like there are a lot of pros as in how it is now, 100%. But I also feel like it has some cons, and I do feel like the with availability, we've kind of like went too far. And not all of us, obviously, but I do feel like if I look around or when I look on social media and see how people talk about it, like, oh yeah, if you didn't reply to me the same day, no, I'll be done or whatsoever. And I'm like, I genuinely do not like talking to a person every single day. Like, I need, like, you need space, like, that is healthy. But also, like, of course, if I really like someone or if I'm with someone, I do like talking to them a lot, like more than I do with most people. Um, but I feel like there's a difference between being excited to talk to someone and expecting someone to be available for you or to reply within 5 minutes or within 30 minutes. Like, to have that expectation, that is not healthy. And I do feel like that puts like a lot of unnecessary pressure even on us human beings. Like, I don't know. I feel like we need to like find like a sort of like kind of balance in it. And I do feel like we would get there if we would drop the expectation of people to have to reply within the same day, within 2 days whatsoever, just for them to prove us that they care about us, or that they want to talk to us, or anything like that. Um, yeah, and like obviously, like there is like some sort of limit, like it doesn't have to be disrespectful. And I do feel like we also like still need to be honest with each other. So if you don't generally like don't want to talk to someone, like it's best to just like say it or just to end it whatsoever and not ghost. Um, but that's not like the level I'm talking about right now. I'm just like talking about friends who want to talk to each other, like in that kind of way, and to immediately put a label on it of, oh, they do not care about me because they didn't respond to me within the same day. Yeah, I don't know. There was just like a random video that I wanted to make because, yeah, I don't know, it has been on my mind, and I do feel like it's kind of like a thing right now that, I don't know, isn't really spoken about a lot. And maybe it doesn't even have to. I don't know. I just wanted to open the conversation, or to maybe help people realize, like, oh wait, I am actually doing this to someone, or I am expecting that, or I do also feel like, that. And sometimes we also put those expectations on ourselves, where we feel like we have to reply to someone within the same day, and sometimes they don't even care if you do or not. And yeah, like I said, I do feel like that expectation, whether someone puts it on us or if we put it on ourselves, is one of the reasons why a lot of people are overwhelmed right now, or overstimulated, or burned out, and not like the main reason, but a reason. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we would all benefit a little bit of just being a little bit less available to, like a high level. Yeah, I don't know. So feel free to let me know what you think. Again, I have no idea if I'm like overthinking this, if I'm like making a bigger thing than it is. For me, I just really realized like the big difference between someone expecting me to be available nonstop and now having people who don't expect me to be available nonstop. And that for me, it just like feels so much better. So maybe it is just a personal feeling, experience whatsoever, or maybe it is something that other people noticing. I don't know. So yeah.